I never should have ventured into those cursed woods. The whispers of the townsfolk warned of the malevolent spirits that roamed within, but my curiosity outweighed their cautionary tales. Ignoring the ominous signs and the sinking feeling in my gut, I plunged deeper into the heart of the forest, my footsteps muffled by the thick carpet of decaying leaves. The air grew heavy with a palpable sense of dread as I wandered further from the safety of the outskirts. The trees, gnarled and twisted like the fingers of some ancient demon, seemed to leer down at me with malicious intent. Shadows danced between their branches, and the silence was suffocating, broken only by the occasional rustle of unseen creatures lurking in the underbrush. As twilight descended, I stumbled upon a clearing bathed in an eerie, ethereal light. In its center stood a dilapidated cabin, its wooden walls weathered and worn by time. Despite the overwhelming sense of foreboding that emanated from the structure, an inexplicable pull drew me closer, like a moth to a flame. With trembling hands, I pushed open the creaking door and stepped into the darkness within. The air was stale and musty, thick with the scent of decay. My footsteps echoed ominously on the floorboards as I explored the abandoned interior, each room revealing further evidence of the cabin's long-forgotten inhabitants. It wasn't until I reached the attic that I discovered the source of the cabin's sinister aura. Tucked away in the corner, obscured by shadows, lay an ornate wooden box adorned with strange symbols and intricate carvings. A sense of unease settled over me as I approached, my fingers hesitating over the lid before curiosity won out. With a trembling hand, I lifted the lid, revealing a collection of aged parchment bound in twine. As I began to unravel the bundle, the air grew colder, and the walls seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. The words inscribed upon the yellowed pages were in a language unknown to me, yet as I read them aloud, a sense of dread washed over me like a tidal wave. Suddenly, the room was alive with whispers, disembodied voices echoing from the very walls themselves. Shadows started to dance in the corners of my vision, and a feeling of impending doom settled over me like a suffocating blanket. I tried to escape the clutches of the cursed cabin, but it was already too late. With a deafening roar, the walls began to close in around me, the very fabric of reality warping and twisting, as though manipulated by unseen hands. Desperate, I clutched the cursed parchment to my chest, praying for salvation as darkness enveloped me. When I awoke, I found myself lying on the forest floor, the cabin nowhere to be seen. Confusion and terror gripped me as I struggled to make sense of what had happened. Had it all been a nightmare, a figment of my imagination brought on by the oppressive atmosphere of the woods? But then I felt it, the weight of the cursed parchment still clutched in my hand. With trembling fingers, I unfurled the bundle, the ancient words staring back at me with a haunting familiarity. As I stood there, hardly able to believe my eyes, the parchment disintegrated into thin air. I am now bound to this cursed, bound to this forest for all eternity. It doesn't matter how far I run, the voices grow louder with each passing day, their words a constant reminder of my folly. I can feel the malevolent spirits closing in around me, their icy fingers reaching out to claim my soul. So heed my warning and stay far away from the haunted woods that lie beyond the safety of civilization. For once you enter their domain, there is no escape from the horrors that lurk within.